So happy to see you again. I am with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a James Beard Award nominee. The group includes where we are, Bluejacket Brewery. The group also includes Evening Star Cafe and Planet Wine in the Del Rey neighborhood of Alexandria. And we'll mention in a moment why we are mentioning that. Greg, it is always good to see you.
You too, Brennan.
Let's get right to it. What's on tap this week?
So, appropriately enough, we are drinking a Bluejacket beer brewed right here in Navy Yard, Washington, D.C. And we're drinking a new IPA that we created specifically for the Evening Star Cafe. It's called The Ave, and we can get right into it.
Absolutely.
Now, and I'll tell you the story.
Ooh, very interesting. Looking forward to hearing about it.
So this is a beer that we brewed exclusively with Centennial hops because when we were deciding to brew a beer for Evening Star Cafe's 20th anniversary, which is this year, it was our first restaurant and bar, still going strong in the Del Rey neighborhood of Alexandria. We were deciding what our what the inspiration would be for the beer, and we turned to one of our favorite beers of all time, a beer called Bell's Two-Hearted Ale,
okay.
Which is
hard to go wrong there.
Yeah, and a beer that we love as a group that we've been pouring consistently since it became available in Virginia at Evening Star every day, literally for the past 7 or 8 years, and so we wanted to kind of do a Bluejacket homage to Two-Hearted Ale. Now, Two-Hearted is known for being 100% Centennial hops. It's a hop that's delicious. You got that big fruit quality in the nose, but there can be a little bit of the quality can go up and down depending. Bell's tends to get fantastic Centennial, and we were really pleasantly surprised with the Centennial we were able to get for this. The last thing that's really cool about Two-Hearted in general is that it is a beer that has a lot of yeast character to it. So, you know, when we think about classic American IPAs, they're very clean, hop-forward beers, but Two-Hearted was one of the first beers to really have yeast character along with the hop character. And basically it's an ale yeast that's fermented at warmer temps. It throws fruity qualities and promotes and accentuates the fruit character of the hop. And so in many ways, Two-Hearted was like the beer that kind of foresaw the recent craze with IPAs that's all about big, huge, juicy fruit characteristics of the nose and balanced bitterness. And so we used our house ale yeast on this, warmer temps, to really promote some of that more fruit-forward character in the nose. It's not as juicy as some of our other beers. We wanted it to have a kind of West Coast dry bitterness to it, and so that's why we fermented it out in full. What
does this ring in at?
It's about 7.7. It's almost 8%. So it's like kind of hovering between IPA and double IPA status.
It doesn't seem like that.
No, it's very smooth.
Am I tasting some citrus?
All from the hops and the yeast.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has like a lot of like lemon juice character to it for sure.
Now you mentioned the hops, and I think you said that Bell's always gets the best ones.
Yes.
Does that mean sometimes and I don't know how it works, you open, the mail comes, our hops are here, oh, they don't look so good.
Yes, that happens
like any agricultural
all the time.
product,
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
There's a lot of a lot of different quality comes out. I mean, just like there's good apples and bad apples, and better fruit than others, and at the end of the day, it's about relationships and it's about buying power. Bell's started brewing Two-Hearted Ale a long time ago, and before it was Centennial was a big, huge hop. So they developed relationships with farmers. They bought a lot of Centennial. They go through and they smell all of it, make sure they select the lots they want annually, and they get the great stuff. And like I said, it can be good. It can be better than other times, but we got great Centennial for this. And typically, if you have, the more you buy, the better your relationship with the farmers, and the more you're up on it, the better you're going to get. If you're just kind of buying in the spot market, it can be rough sometimes for sure.
Well, he mentioned good apples and bad apples. What would you pair it with? Speaking of apples.
Yeah, so
apple pie?
Citrus, well, that might work very well actually, especially if you had enough that rich, bready character, like an apple crumble even, something that was like really rich and bready could handle the bitterness. So desserts are awesome with this. Carrot cake is the classic IPA dessert as well. That citrus note and the dryness on the palate and that hit of bitterness in the finish makes it amazing with really salty mid-Atlantic oysters. The brinier, the better. Really nice balance. It digs through anything fatty, rich, and fried. And also, I typically like to keep some Two Hearted at the house for whenever we get Indian takeout. I think it's killer with curries, chicken tikka masala, saag paneer, fantastic.
Greg, thank you as always. Everyone, please always do drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.